The Real Housewives of New York Season 10 Episode 13 Recap, Arrest and Relaxation. The feud between Ramona Singer and Luann de Lesseps continued on The Real Housewives of New York Season 10 Episode 13, and if it proved anything, it was that these two are never going to be able to get on with each other. The latest argument between the pair stemmed from Ramona sharing an Instagram picture of the housewives. "No, we're not getting. The she-devil strikes again," de Lesseps said. "I really feel like Ramona invaded my privacy by putting a picture out of me when nobody knew where I was. And now the whole world knows I'm out of rehab." In Luann's defense, this was in the aftermath of her getting home from her 21-day stint in rehab, so she did not want anyone knowing her whereabouts. "I have a court case coming up," Luann continued. "I don't need more press. I don't need pictures of me and the press making guesses at what I'm up to. My return to New York is supposed to be on my terms," she explained to viewers. "I just feel like I got the rug pulled out of me. You put a picture up, and now Luann is the talk of the town again," Luann said to Ramona at dinner. "It's inevitable that I will be in the press again. I just don't want my friends to drive it. You opened up a can of worms for me." "These are hurtful things. You're hurting me," de Lesseps added. "You have to be more respectful and thoughtful about your friends." "We also post group shots. It's a beautiful picture," Ramona said. "You didn't tell me not to post. And I'm sorry." It's surprising because Ramona is generally outspoken and does not care what people think, but it seemed like Luann genuinely hit a nerve. "I'm disappointed in myself," Singer said. "I wasn't thinking. Now I understand. And I made a huge mistake. This was bad. What I did was bad. But that was not enough to let Singer out of the doghouse. Luann was still not impressed at the way Ramona went behind her back to speak to Tom. "There are so many guys on the Upper East Side. Really? De Lesseps confessed to viewers. You have to go and have drinks with Tom? I knew Ramona wasn't the brightest tool in the shed, but what an idiot. It's not cool, Luan yelled at Singer. If you're my friend, it's not cool. What you did, most people would never talk to you again. That is the lowest of the low. Do you realize that? What you did is the lowest of the low. Singer was not ready to accept defeat on that one. Instead, she opted to defend herself by saying that she was merely having drinks at the bar with friends. Just because Luan divorced Tom doesn't mean he's going to disappear. He travels with the same circle as I do, he has the same friends as I do, Singer explained. Listen, if I couldn't talk with every man Luan ended up being with, I wouldn't be talking to any man in New York City. You make it worse, Luan said as she stormed off. You don't have my best interest at heart, and I can't be around that. It took a lot, but Ramona finally decided that she would try to be a better person. She's nervous. Nobody wants to go before the judge and find out what their sentencing is. I should have been more sensitive to that. I'll take the bullet, Singer said. I should have said, I understand what you're saying, and I'm sorry, Singer added. I have this problem. When people start attacking me even though they're right to attack me, I'm not saying they're wrong. I get defensive and go, fine, goodbye. It's very immature. I showed bad judgment. And worse is that I hurt you, she said. I hope you forgive me. Elsewhere, Bethany Frankel found herself at odds with Tinsley. Bethany wanted to know why Tinsley was shopping for wedding dresses. Tinsley was adamant she was not engaged, but Bethany seemed to want to reiterate that the whole situation was weird. It was awkward, but it became an even bigger fight when Dorinda starts saying that Sonia is in no way a Morgan and that she has no right to call herself by that name. What followed was Dorinda apologizing for it. It took some time, but she actually did it. This was an odd episode of the series, but it was filled with drama.